Hi guys, this is just a short introduction to this first week's lesson and assignments. I just want to say again, like I said in the video I posted at the end of last week, this is all new and I know it's a little bit stressful and it's going to be fine. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have the best I can, and we'll get through it. So we're going to start this week by reviewing some aspects of modernism that we studied last quarter. And we're going to do that with a new short story called The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. So I assigned that short story in Common Lit, and last week I posted the course codes to Common Lit so that you could sign up, but some of you were having some problems with that. It said you were already signed up, but I think that is because my Google Classroom is synced with my Common Lit account, so you are probably automatically enrolled in that. But if it's at all a problem, just text me on Reminder, email me, and let me know, and I'll troubleshoot it. I'm going to assign 3 things this week. So you'll need to read the Yellow Wallpaper in Common Lit and submit your answers to the questions in Common Lit. You'll also need to view my presentation review of the 5 tenets of modernism. That's not a graded assignment, but I did say in that assignment to click turn in just so I know you've seen it. Because you're going to use those 5 tenets of modernism to analyze the Yellow Wallpaper in a written assignment academic paragraph that I've also posted. And there's a prompt for that. You will just open the document that has the prompt and type your response in below the prompt and then submit it because it makes a copy for each of you. So I want to talk about a couple of things with regard to the Yellow Wallpaper and the writing assignment. And there are some questions on Common Lit about this too, which is really our main focus for reading the Yellow Wallpaper other than exploring modernism and reviewing modernism through it. So we're working on one particular standard, which is this. I have my standard cards. So this standard is the 5th literature standard, which says analyze how an author's choices concerning the structure of specific parts of a text contribute to its overall structure, meaning, and aesthetic impact. I just want to say a couple of things about this, which is that mostly this means we are analyzing structure. And when you are analyzing structure, just think about traditional narrative structure. Does the story have an exposition, rising action, a climax, a resolution? Are those parts presented how you would expect? We're reading a modernist short story, so there will be some experimentation. It's probably not all normal. The other thing I wanted to point out about this is the aesthetic impact part, which could mean a lot of different things, but mostly has to do with the creative meaning of the story. I would think in this story about tone and mood, because those are very specific to the first person narrator of the story, the Yellow Wallpaper, and the mood it gives is also very specific, and I think has to do with the way the story unfolds, the way it's told, and what happens at its resolution. It's a very strange resolution. I'll let you get there. So that's our standard. And I just wanted to read the first few short little paragraphs of the Yellow Wallpaper so that I could talk a little bit about how that standard relates to this beginning. So these are the first few lines. It starts, "It is very seldom that mere ordinary people like John and myself secure ancestral halls for the summer. A colonial mansion, a hereditary estate, I would say a haunted house, and reach the height of romantic felicity. but that would be asking too much of fate. Still, I will proudly declare that there is something queer about it. Else why would it be let so cheaply? And why have stood so long untenanted? John laughs at me, of course, but one expects that in marriage. So that's the first section of the story. And what I notice about it is that it does contain some elements of modernism. It has an exposition that is in some ways traditional because it includes the setting, which is this old house. You learn that the narrator is a woman who's married to this man, John. So that's kind of normal, but the strange parts in the structure are that she's asking questions. Are these rhetorical questions? We don't know. Is she talking to somebody specific? We don't know that yet, so we probably have questions as readers. Also, she says something interesting about marriage, which is that her husband's laughing at her, but that's something that she expects from a marriage. So this should remind you of some elements of modernism, like maybe the disillusionment with traditions part. I talk a little bit about this in my video lecture presentation of the tenets of modernism, because we see that with regard to marriage in The Great Gatsby for sure. That is just a little introduction to our assignments for the week and this short story, The Yellow Wallpaper. I hope you like it. It's modernist, so it's not necessarily happy and fine at the end. It's a little bit weird, but let me know if you have any questions about anything you're working on or the reading itself. Just to review, you're going to turn in your academic paragraph. You're going to click Turn It In on my modernist review. And you're going to do your assignment in Common Lit. So I hope you have a good week of online learning and everything goes smoothly. And just check back here and in my stream for more information. All right. Bye for now.